Got quite the haul there. 18 blue shards, eh? Not bad. Not bad. And a dubious disc for later. That's not good. Of all buttons to start sticking on me, why is it that one? Nope. I didn't think I'd make that. Alright, good night. I'm Caliban, the Pearl Clan, warden Caliban to you. Ho, now would you look at that? You have a Celestica flute. You must be the one they say fell out of the space-time rift. That's me. I see, I see. I've already heard about you, that you quote Cleavor in his frenzy. I'm sure many people were saved by your actions, but I wonder if there wasn't some other way to handle the situation. What you did is hardly different from bullying a Pokemon into submission, after all. And you run about catching Pokemon up in those little balls you carry. I don't need any help from your sort, or the Diamond Clan for that matter. That young lady Arceus offered to help, but associating with the Diamond Clan, it just won't do. Be on your way. There's much I must do, and I prefer not to be distracted any further. Ah, Shunai, how about you show me the strength that could quell even a frenzied lord? Gladly. A battle might let me experience even a fraction of the power that you possess. Or hold. Touche. Alright, that controller's going bad on me, so let's switch it up to this one. I see, so we're that kind of trainer, huh? This is a serious battle. Running is not an option. Well, if you're so inclined to heal, then so am I. I was using Draining Kiss. No wonder it's healing so much. I'm definitely going to have to grind some more. Not bad. Not bad at all. Sigh. Back. Oh my, you're quite adept at instructing your Pokemon battle. My goodness, that was fun. Such prodigious strength. Now, let me just heal up your Pokemon. Well now, I think that settles it. I must ask for your help in retrieving the stolen wall fragment. With your skill, it should be a cinch. Wall? Wait, stolen? Yes, exactly. Some bandits pillaged the Solaceon ruins and made off with a fragment of the wall engravings. Have you not heard of the notorious misfortunes? They're a trio of bandits that have even hit us Ginkgo Guild merchants more than a few times. Ginkgo Guild merchants more... Oh, wait. Not that they're not the kind of regulars I like to have, let me tell you. Mistress Caliba is doing everything she can to gain the fragment, but at 99 years old, it's a bit hard for her to chase leads all over the place. So what do you say, kind madam? Why not help find the fragment for the warden? Oh, naturally I'll be happy to lend you a hand. Those sisters swipe my wares too, and I'm no Ginkgo Guild merchant if I take that lying down. And far be it from me to let them get away with vandalizing the precious ruins of this region. You know, I did see the remains of a campfire near the Mirelands camp. Perhaps worth checking out? Nope, nothing all. Nothing wrong here. I just always love how obvious it is that he might or might not be up to something. It's a burned out campfire. Somebody must have been here. Now who might you be? Not some stray traveler from the look of you. There's only one reason people go poking around out here in the middle of nowhere. You're after us three, aren't you? Sisters, we should introduce ourselves properly. Before we show this poor fool how wrong she was to assume she could ever beat us. I bring luck to my sisters wherever I go, and ill luck to anyone who crosses our paths. I'm the eldest, and I'll be your unlucky charm. Thought you spied a four-leaf clover? Well, I'll soon have you seen double. I'm the middle sister, and I'm one clover you can't pick. Heads I win, tails you lose. You've got no chance in this game of fortunes. I'm the youngest coin, but I'm definitely not your good luck piece. We're the infamous Bandit Trio, the Misfortune Sisters, and your luck's just run out. Let me handle this, sisters. I'll only hurt her a little. Come on, Toxic Crook, let's douse this fool in poison. So, Bertha, Candace, and Commander Saturn. Yes, the implication that Bertha and Agatha indeed share an ancestor. It's even better when you find out that Charm there is from Kanto originally. I'm not fond of this outcome, but at least it's better than plowing fields for the Galaxy team. The Galaxy team continues to spoil things for me even after I left. Take that blasted fragment and go. Just leave us alone. The weird writing on it made us think the stupid thing was some kind of treasure, but it turned out to be a worthless slab of junk. All that effort for nothing. Tell me, why are you even seeking us out? What set you on this path? Goodness, how selfless of you, to go so far out of your way for the sake of another. Not all of us have the luxury of offering such unthinking kindness to strangers. For some of us, simply surviving another day takes all that we have. And I've got a score to settle with the Galaxy team, which now includes you. Remember what those ancient verses tell us. Why is it in days of spring, beneath the soft caress of the sun, the blossoms tremble and fall, spirits lashed by uncertainty? Your days are numbered, Galaxy fool. We're blasting off again! I'm not the only one who thinks that. I guarantee you. Although she was more of a poison specialist, if you think about it, because there was only one ghost-type family, so she didn't really have much to work with, unfortunately. One dragon-type family. Though Lance was more like The joke with Lance is that he's a bird keeper. He's not a dragon master. So we swap out Ghastly for the baby form of Roselia. I see. See, the other two Elite Four members make sense because there's enough fighting type Pokemon and there's enough ice type Pokemon to work with. Of course, I say that, but the whole Bruno using 2 Onyxes didn't make a lot of sense. But I can make some sense out of it. Well, Rock-type moves are good for coverage because, obviously, fighting being weak to flying, you have to cover it. And yeah, Lorelei was more of a water trainer if you think about it. Oh yeah, the jazzy tune. Although Bruno could have been a modern fighting type specialist. I don't know why he didn't. If I were to swap out one of the Onyxes, it'd either be for a Primeape or a Poliwrath. You know, one of the other 2 fighting types in the game. Good work. Very good work indeed. You got that fragment back safe and sound. I'm well aware of Calaba's reputation. They say she's stubborn, too old-fashioned, and so on. But she's given the Pearl Clan all she has. Ever since she was young, she lived her prime years here in Hisui, trusting in the guidance of Almighty Sinnoh. I don't think it's that she hates the Diamond Clan, or the Galaxy Team rather. I think she simply loves the Pearl Clan very, very much. Anyway, I do hope you're able to calm Ursaluna's frenzy. A raging Pokemon in the area definitely isn't good for business, I assure you. But even though there were enough Pokemon for their type specialty. Oh, so you've come to bother me again? Well, come as often as you'd like, but it won't change my mind. This wall fragment. What? You went and retrieved the fragment from those bandits? Why go out of your way like that for a complete stranger like me? I guess you're that eager to calm Ursaluna, hmm? That's right. I'll admit, I didn't expect anybody else to truly care for Ursaluna. Well then, let's see that wall fragment. And there we go, good as new. All lives touch other lives to create something new and alive. Exactly what I just said. I see. I suppose it means people helping each other, like how you helped retrieve the fragment. I've read this passage many, many times, but this is the first time I truly understood what it means. Maybe this is Almighty Sinnoh's guidance? What is your name then, girl? I see. Please lend me your strength so that we may help Ursaluna. It's true that Ursaluna has become enraged, but he doesn't seem to be in an utter frenzy. I think he will return to his normal state if we can just give him some medicine. I can never bring myself to engage Pokemon in battle, but that's something I can rely on you for, right? Am I right? Ursaluna prefers to stay on Sludge Mountain. Please join me there when you're ready. Also, if it isn't clear who she's the ancestor of, it was anyone's guess, but I think that she's the ancestor of Aaron, the Bug-type Elite Four member. That's what I think, anyway. No, she, Oh yeah, Ramos. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, too. They need to give him something. I mean, he's the most forgettable gym leader in Gen 6. He's up there with Olympia, being one of the more forgettable gym leaders of Gen 6. I missed. Jeez. Whoop, that didn't work. Well, you can hear the Pastoria and Salacion Town theme in this. There is one gym leader that is a bit that is possibly just as forgettable, but it's probably because he was just shoehorned in randomly, and that's Marlin, the water type gym leader from Gen 5. But you at least remember him a bit because he's kind of the last gym leader, so... Yeah, I think Ramos is probably the most forgettable gym leader. Even Gen 8, its gym leaders were surprisingly memorable. And then Gen 9, they made every single gym leader stand out, so the only one that's kind of forgettable is Tulip in Gen 9. I like Alistair as a gym leader, but I like B's personality more. Now, her bird ace I always call it the Lady Gaga bird. Now you'll never unsee it. Yeah, let's not engage. You know, despite my day job, I really don't get a lot of those. I'm actually impressed. Don't get me wrong, I still get them, but they're not as frequent as you think they are. Oh, it won't. Especially where I do work during my day job. Oh, come on. Nope. No, if you break the next one, I'm just going to knock you out. I can actually attack you now. And miss. If it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. No. All right. Seems to be working on my end, which is odd. Oh well. They need to update something on Twitch. Something's been real screwy lately with it. Like, whenever I use it now, it won't load up certain things. It just absolutely refuses to. So there's... something's going on with the servers, and they need to be updated. And it is impacting viewership, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't think that would work. About here is about right when it comes to Pachirisu. And where it appears. Hit it on its tail. Yeah, I don't expect this to work with just normal Pokeballs. Because, like, whenever I tune into some people's content now, I've noticed that it's been a little bit on the buggy side. I'm not sure what's going on. But it is getting annoying. I think I'm only going to go for about an hour longer. So we're just going to mostly capture and do just a few more things. Cool. Peppercorn trees, I noticed, become a little less plentiful the farther you get, too. But that at least makes sense, especially since the next couple areas are not exactly, next few areas are not exactly serviceable for trees. So it at least makes sense. Need to catch a Krogunk anyway. Clunk. I always love the funny clunk whenever they're... By the way, I believe this Tumblestone is actually bugged. No. One of those is not correct. I guess they fixed that one. Because it's supposed to be blue, but it always yielded like black Tumblestone. I don't know, I always found that kind of weird. Alright, let's head to this future campsite and do something about it. And that's going to be all the time that we have. So until next time, Ryo Nakage 33 signing off.